And we are live.
Okay, we're both live. Oh, yes.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
So, okay, hello, everyone. Just so you know, I'm here with my friend Rhonda. We decided we would do something totally off the wall.
And spontaneous.
I'm going live from YouTube. She's going live from Facebook. So we have two cameras going, and we're going in two different platforms. And we just thought, oh, let's try this and see what is going on. So good morning, everyone. We are just here. She's come to visit me, and we just thought, let's just turn on the camera and see what happens.
Totally unscripted. Totally spontaneous.
So we'll have to see what happens. So talk to your people, and I'll talk to mine.
Okay. Well, if you are new to me, my name is Rhonda Pierce, and I represent SCHMETZ home sewing machine needles in North America. And earlier in the week, I flew to Toronto. My friend Laura picked me up, and if you don't know Laura, you really need to. Laura Coia of So Very Easy. And how many years have you been friends, Laura? I remember we met in Houston.
Yes, but before Houston,
yes,
there's a story on how we met. I'm going to share that story.
Okay, go for it.
So my girlfriend was sewing, and of course we were sewing with SCHMETZneedles, and she's quilting along. And we're talking, and she's quilting and talking at the same time. And you know how that can go. All of a sudden she goes, oh my gosh. She said she sewed right through the head of a safety pin because she had pinned her quilt together. So she stopped. But believe it or not, that needle went right through that head of the pin and just kept on sewing. So I was so impressed because, of course, if you broke a needle, it could fly in your face. You could do all of these things, but it didn't. It just kept on sewing. So I was so impressed. I took a picture of this and I just sent it to info@SCHMETZneedle. She got the email and she called me. She says, okay, I really have to know the story behind this. And that's what made us friends. So
so that's probably been 5 years, 6 years.
I think it's got to be more
7
than that, at least.
I don't know. Time flies so quickly. But that's how our friendship started. And then we've been to quite a few shows together.
Yes.
International Quilt Market, Quilt Festival,
H&H show.
H&H shows. And then I don't know. We stay in touch frequently through Facebook, etc.
Yeah.
So anyway, my good friend Laura made arrangements with Bernina, Canada, and outside of Toronto, and so we, Bernina had a 2-day event.
Yep.
With invited guests or paid guests, I should say. And we were part of the first day program. So it started off with SCHMETZneedles.
Yes, it did.
Yes, I gave my lecture and it was very well received. And then they had different machines set up with different needles, with different stitch experiences. So it was a really wonderful late morning, early afternoon. And then the highlight of the day was, of course, Laura. Imagine that.
I don't know if it was the highlight, but it did end up the event. So it was a lot of fun. And then they did it the second day, but Rhonda and I had to leave. So we weren't there part of the second day, but we were there for the first part. So,
yes. So one of the samples I showed on Monday was the very first project that I finished during the pandemic.
Oh, and this is crazy. This is craziness.
I like to say it took me 17 years to make this quilt. But 1 year I made over 15 quilts for family and friends, and I saved all the scraps. And that's when Thimbleberry's fabric was popular, and also Thangles. Thangles were popular. And if you're not familiar with Thangles are those rectangular paper strips, and there's markings so you can make half square triangles. And I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. Let me use almost the smallest size that they have. So I made over 1,000 1-inch half square triangles. Well, they were so cute, but let's just say life interrupted.
Mhm.
And these 1 inch half square triangles, even though the individual units were sewn together, they sat in a salad bowl.
But they looked pretty.
They looked pretty for, let's see, almost 17 years. And one morning during the pandemic, I woke up and I said, today's the day. I'm going to finish this quilt. So here is my quilt. There are over 1,000 1 inch half square triangles in here. And it was so much fun to make. Now, before I put all of this together, I did stage some of I thought, well, how do I want to set my triangles? So I put some little triangles together that look like squares on points. I call those pursed lips. Then I did little pinwheels, and because the fabric is so busy, you can't really distinguish that these are pinwheels. Then I did some sawtooth, didn't like that. So I said, you know what, let's just keep it simple. And I've got, here are my triangles. So I love this little quilt. I call it my Thangles Christmas salad quilt.
Look how small they are.
Yes, they are small. And then let's just show the back real quick because I didn't have enough backing fabric. So I just stripped my a variety of the fabrics. And these are all Christmas fabrics. They all kind of have a brown tone to them.
Are the front Christmas?
Yes.
Oh, I
yes,
never
like
noticed
here's
that.
poinsettias with
yes.
a little bit of glitz. Lots of Christmas colors. So anyway, now I'm wondering how many of you have UFOs?
No, we won't talk the 200 quilts in my other room.
No, but I love to sew. I do garments. I love to sew quilts. So I kind of toggle back and forth. And one of my current projects is a coat by So Chic called the Noel coat. And I've got Shannon fabrics. And oh my goodness, I don't have that sample with me today, but it's a digital print on the outside with giant pennies and roses and shades of mauve and purple with little punctuation marks of yellow marigold. So
nice.
yes.
Send pictures when you're
I'll send pictures when it's completely done. So, and then let's see now, many of you know that Laura is an author. So talk about your 2 books.
Okay, well, I do have 2 books. This was the first, hold on. Nope, this was the first one. I'm backwards. This was the first one that I did. Can you see it? Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to do 2 screens here.
Yeah, we got it.
So this was some of my favorite quilts in the first years of my YouTube channel. I'll give you just a quick on those are the ones. So they are now not only on YouTube, but they're in a book. So if you don't have enough of me, you can do the book and follow along with the YouTube channel. And then the second one I did was patternless sewing. So you can see a lot of the projects here that I like to do. And if you follow me, you know that I'm not really I'm not hardcore on these measurements. I'll say, let's start with the square. What size square do you have and what do you want to use? I like to start with the size square if I happen to have that ruler that matches. So this is how a lot of times I do these fun patternless sewing. But in this book, there's actually the size so that you can follow along. So this one, literally just before you came, I was going to bring these to the show with us, and I sold out. This is my copy. No, you can't have it. But we're going to be getting more in. I did get an extra shipment of these in, so I'm waiting for that.
I'm going to just show them right up here. So Very Easy Quilt Favorites. And let me show this one here too. So Very Easy Patternless Sewing. Imagine that, patternless sewing. So then you're not going to stop at 2 books, are you?
Oh, well, what fun with that. 3 is better. It's balanced.
Yes.
When you decorate, you need 3s.
Exactly. So, and let's see if I remember correctly, in December, Was
Might
it
have been.
December? I got an email from Laura saying, hey.
I need samples. I need help.
Yeah, I need samples in what, 3 to 4 weeks?
Yes. Hey, I gave you 4 weeks.
She gave me 4 weeks. Yes, yes.
And that was to get the fabric and the quilt done and have the quilt send it out to have it photographed, all in just 4 weeks.
Okay, so really I had like 10 days by the time the fabric arrived to me. And this was during the holidays.
I wasn't asking a lot.
No, and you know what? I pulled through, didn't
She
I?
did.
So you want to talk about this? Or is this going to be a tease?
Oh, no, we'll talk about it because I can't hold anything back. So I have a new book coming out, and it's Quilt As You Go Clam Shells. So you know how we love those clam shells, but they're all curved, or you have to applique them and all of that. Well, I don't want to do all of that extra work, but I love the look of those. So I came up with a way to quilt as you go clamshells. So you make these clamshells, you put them on a sandwich quilt, and then you're able to complete a quilt as you go. And that's
very clever.
And this is the one that I wanted her to do.
So this fabric is by
Riley
Blake. Yeah, this was their dots fabric. So I had a fat quarter bundle, and through Laura's instructions, these little clams went together lickety split.
Yeah,
and
they're a lot of fun to make.
It was really fun. It was fast, and really, I wish I had more fabric. I wanted to make this much larger, but it was a lot of fun. Let me just show.
Hold on. I can see it if you lift it up. I can peek. You hold it up.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Oh, that's nice and close up. You can really see
and
it.
show the show my label on the back.
Oh, yeah,
because I had a leftover clam. So I used half a clam. And let's see, what does it say? It says, so very easy, clamshell 2023 R Pierce. So
here we go. See, 2 cameras. Bear with our armpits as we go back and forth. Now, okay. I did do quilts too. So it's not like I just got her to do all my work. I did do some.
I'm sure she'd give me more if I would allow it. She's pushy that way.
So the first one I did was this one. And it doesn't matter the directions, but let's do it this way because I like my clamshells up. So this was the first one, and that started the whole nonsense of doing these clamshells. So that was the first one. And then that was so cute. I wanted a matching one for my desk. So then I did one. And this is a desk pad. I actually put my computer on it so I can have my mouse right there.
Cute.
And then I did rope in other people too.
I wasn't alone. I wasn't singled out.
So then this one happened. Hold on. Let me peek and see if we can see it. Then that one happened. And then, of course, we needed something to match that. So then we did this. So yes, I was doing a lot of sewing while she was sewing. And then this. And they were so much fun to make because you start with a 5-inch pre-cut fabric. And they were just so much fun to make. I thought, well, if I can do them in 5-inch pieces, it would be nice to do them in miniatures because, you know, anything small is cute. So
isn't this adorable? I love it.
Look how, but these are still quilt as you go. So, yeah, you got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We're peeking behind. There we go.
So from one 5-inch square, you can get four clams.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't ask her to do the small ones,
but I would have, and I want to now.
Oh,
I want to now.
You'll have to get the book.
I'll have to get the book.
So that book is coming out in a couple of weeks, and I do have I have an online website, and from there you can get the books that I have. I have to put these, I have to get them before I put them in the store. I might be able to get pre-orders for this. I'll have to check and see.
Yeah.
But I do have pre-orders that are going to happen for that clamshell book. So you just go to soveryeasy.com.
Right.
And that's going to get you to my website. And there, if I have a video where I say, oh, take this piece of paper, print it out, they're also there. So it's sort of a central hub where everything is in.
So Laura, you have both a website and a YouTube channel, correct?
Right.
Or can they get to your YouTube through the website?
Both.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're new to Sew Very Easy, go to soveryeasy.com, and oh my goodness, you have more than just 1 or 2 videos. How many videos do
Almost
you have?
1,000.
1,000 videos.
Yeah.
So and how long have you been doing the videos?
9.5 years. I'm almost February. I will celebrate 10 years doing 2 videos a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not just quilting either.
No,
it's
other
everything. Sewing. Yeah.
Basically, whatever I want to sew is I flip on the camera and I start sewing it. Now, those that don't know, Rhonda also has she has her own personal little blog. We'll call it a blog where you can follow along and see what she's sewing.
Right. So my address is sew, SEW, more stitches.com. And I only post like 2 or 3 times a week. And I post my sewing projects. So if you go to the blog and you search off to the right hand side, search for 2020 sewing or 2021 sewing, etc. And then, because you know what, there's a lot of food pictures on there too. I do love to cook and bake. So, but for sewing, you can just click the sewing and bypass all that other. So now I haven't updated yet this week because, wow, I'm hanging out here with Laura. She's keeping me very busy. And let's see. Well fed, because Laura's husband, Ivo, is a wonderful Italian chef. And if I leave Niagara Falls, Canada with only 10 extra pounds, I'll be lucky. We had homemade ravioli last night. Awesome.
I know. And homemade meatballs.
And
the sauce. And the homemade sauce. And homemade sausage.
And tonight, homemade pizza. The crust made from scratch. It is rising now. We watched Evo fold the dough or stir it this morning. So 10 pounds, I'll be lucky.
It's a good thing you're not here longer.
And then let's see, one thing that's happened to me is over the years, I am not a big drinker. But, in college, I drank beer and wine, and my husband and I always had 5 o'clock cocktail hour. But
she's not a big drinker.
1 beer or 1 glass of wine was sufficient for me. And, we'd have conversations. But over the years, and my husband is no longer alive, but since he's gone, I've acquired a taste for limoncello. Limoncello is an Italian lemon liqueur. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you drink it cold from you keep it in the freezer.
I keep it in the freezer.
It doesn't freeze because it's alcohol.
Yes. And I keep little chilled glasses in case I have company. I'm ready to pour. So anyway, Laura and I, whenever we're together, we always must have limoncello. And I have a significant birthday coming up next week.
45.
Yes, 45. So look at this. Laura made me a little, is this needlepoint or cross stitch? Cross stitch. The original limoncelloist. So yes, I consider myself
on the screen.
The limoncelloist. Because now when I travel,
did you see it on this one? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I do quite a bit of entertaining with consumers and designers, etc. And I always try to choose restaurants that have limoncello.
That's the first thing when the waitress comes to us or the waiter. So the first thing do you have limoncello?
Sometimes
Even before we decide on what we're going to eat, she says, "Oh, do you have limoncello?"
it's just my thing. I enjoy it. So anyway, I will put this next to the embroidery that you did with the oh, what does it say? I don't remember the words right now. In the embroidery hoop. It has a glass wine, wine glass.
Yeah. Oh, it's what I can't remember.
I can't remember it, so I'll put it right next. And then she gave me yellow and lemon have become
a thing.
A thing. Oh, well, look at my necklace.
Oh,
it's kind of an orangey yellow. So I have some beautiful soaps from Italy because Laura and her husband just came back from what, 4 weeks in Italy?
Oh, that was a lot. We didn't need to go for 4, but it was sort of.
You were there for what, 5?
4 weeks.
Oh, 4 weeks.
Okay. Over 4 weeks. But we had. So what had happened is we had originally booked this tour that we were going to go, and it was just a little bit over 2 weeks. And then friends of ours decided to have a destination wedding in Italy a week after we would have come home. So we would have had to turn around, come home, and then turn around and go back. So we decided, well, that's just not worth it. So we decided to stay. So
oh, boo-hoo.
I know it was a tough job.
She would send me pictures with limoncello or wine with the vineyards in the background. Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely. Oh, okay. Then I just have to share the card.
Okay.
Because you know what, Laura and I, it's a special friendship. She's very smart. She's confident. And so she gave me this card that says, here's to stunning women. Yeah. So here, we'll call ourselves stunning, right? To stunning women who live life their own way, who paint the world with bold color, who shine like stars for the rest of us to see. So isn't that wonderful?
We do love color.
We do love color.
Yeah.
And when needed, we are bold.
Yeah. We went shopping yesterday and we're both in the store and we're both going, oh, color, ooh, color. You know, we were always headed for where the color was. It just like color.
Yes,
right?
just a little.
Yeah.
No, and I'll also just mention on this dress, I bought this dress from QVC.
Okay, those in Canada, that's a shopping thing that you could shop on TV. That would be very dangerous.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Sometimes I have to block the station from my TV. But this was a wonderful Isaac Mariah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a Mizrachi, something like that.
I can't remember.
Anyway, this is one of his dresses, and it's just a little bit too short. So I went to my local Joann's store, which is the big box sewing store, kind of like your Fabricland here in Canada. And I found this 6-inch ruffle in red, trimmed with a red satin ribbon, and it just added the perfect length to this dress. So I'm not going to stand up and show it, but you know, sometimes, you know, I love this dress.
Okay, hold on. We have hello from Milan, Italy.
Oh,
and hello from
Chicago. Oh, right. So I live in Chicago. I live in the Chicago area. So welcome. Yeah. So
and I could live in Italy, so
I think I could too. I think I could live here in Niagara Falls, Canada.
It is beautiful.
It's gorgeous here. And yesterday we went to the Horseshoe Falls, Niagara Falls. I'd been on the American side before, but and yesterday was a lovely day. We did not get rained on.
No, we got in the car and it rained. When we went in, you could see it did rain, but we never actually hit the rain.
But it was like getting a facial with all the mist in the air, but it didn't mess up our glasses.
Yes.
So that was lovely.
Okay, Alberta, Canada. I have family in Alberta.
Okay.
So we could go through
Florida,
and read these.
New Hampshire, Florida. Yes. Absolutely.
So we've been chatting for like 24 minutes.
Right. And it's flying by.
I know.
So if you want to, so I don't normally do spontaneous Facebooks. I do one on Facebook, SCHMETZneedles, all one word, SCHMETZneedles, on the first Wednesday of every month. And usually I have an agenda, but it's always fun. It's about 45 minutes. So if you're new to SCHMETZneedles, come on over and join us, because let's see, my next one, the first Wednesday of September, I'll be in Wisconsin at the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be, and my class is sold out each time in Wisconsin last year.
She talks about this, a little needle. This one's not so little. And you really, when you're in her class, you really need to pay attention.
Yes.
Because she brings this needle with her. For those that are on my YouTube channel, I'll put links to her so you can check out her lives, and I'll put a lot of links in there so you can go and check out her stuff. So.
And I will do the same on Facebook. I'll provide Laura's links. But what I want to say is on that first Wednesday of September, I'll be at the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show. I'm giving 3 lectures, and for my Facebook Live, I will be interviewing some of the designers, some of the movers and shakers at the show, and it'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun.
So it'll be not my normal format. It'll be kind of like this.
Yeah. And I won't be there.
Darn. Next time.
I have to stay home at some point to make videos.
Yes.
So.
And then I'll also just mention I have a monthly newsletter.
Oh, yes.
So go to SCHMETZneedles.com. And after about 20 seconds, there'll be one of those irritating pop-ups that says, sign up for the newsletter. So sign up for that. It only comes out generally once a month. And I try to make it informative with some fun things that you can share with your guilds and your bees, etc. And then once or twice a year, I have a special just for our newsletter subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, grab that real quick, and I'll show you. So was the first year I did that special, and I offered it only to our newsletter subscribers, was this tin here. And this was this is a 9.5 inch tin, and it was filled with SCHMETZ needles and Grab-It sewing tools. Yeah. So, and then the last year I did a 7.5 inch square one. Yeah. So again, those are just for our newsletter subscribers. So I've got great subscribers.
Yeah.
So it's as a thank you. So.
Okay. So out of curiosity, I'm just going to read here. We have Italy, Chicago, New Zealand, Alberta, Canada, Florida, New Hampshire, Florida, San Antonio, South Illinois, Michigan, England, Virginia, Texas. So,
awesome.
And that's just, I didn't read the beginning one. So thank you for everybody joining us.
Oh, yes. Well, here's the thing. I find that sewing and quilting is a wonderful community, and you or I can go anywhere in the world, and we are among friends with our sewing friends. So thank you to everyone for using SCHMETZ.
And thank you everyone for listening, joining in our live. Both of these will go, the one on YouTube will go live today. So when we end this, it'll take a couple of minutes, and then it'll load on YouTube on my channel. So you're going to be able to see it. And mine will also go to our website on our video page, SCHMETZneedles.com. And then it is on Facebook right now. So you can view it a couple places. Oh, and on YouTube too. We're just growing our YouTube channel. Yeah. SCHMETZ Needles, all one word. Yeah. How do you spell it? SCHMETZ Needles, all one word. That means Z in Canada. You set me up. Yes, we have a grand time together. Well, thank you everyone for joining and for jumping in and spontaneous. Yes. We're going shopping today. I'm going to take her to my local fabric store. Yay. Yes. And then I'm going to take her to a winery. Imagine, but now here's the deal. I'm giving a virtual class tonight. I'm giving a virtual class to the Silicon Valley Modern Quilt Guild in California. So let's see, that's 10 o'clock Eastern time. So I have time to sober up. I have to kind of pace myself. But here on Facebook, we've got Chicago,
We've got Bangladesh. We have, let's see.
Oh, they like limoncello too. You missed that
Oh my God.
one.
Oh my gosh, my neighbor's on here from
Oh,
Oswego. Evelyn. Diane says she could live in Italy too. We've got Chicago. And let me see. So anyway, we've got quite a few people. Wisconsin, Illinois, etc.
All right.
So listen, everyone. I want you to have a great day.
Yeah.
I want you to have some quiet time, some fun time, and change out your needle every once in a while. Needles don't last forever, but have some quality stitching time and find some friends to sew with.
Yeah, or chat with. Because you know what? If you don't sew, they don't really understand the sewing that goes on in
and
your
we
brain.
kind of feed off of each other.
We
We're
do.
always bouncing ideas off of each other.
And it was all because of my girlfriend running over that needle. So thank you, Angela.
Yes, and I'm going to meet Angela tonight.
Yeah. All right, everyone. I think we should, we could chat forever, but
we could.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And until next time.
Yes. So SCHMETZ, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.